Hi everybody, this is the tutorial for 100 Mile High. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So to play this song the easiest, we need a capo on the 2nd fret. If you're in need of a capo, there is a link to one in the description below, so feel free to check that out. However, jumping in with the introduction, we have just a couple of chords. C major is the first one. So let's build that one up. We have 3 on the A string, and these numbers are in reference to the capo. We have 2 on the D, an open G, a 1 on the B, and an open E string. We don't play the low E string for this one. The second out of the 3 chords is an A minor chord, which is an open A, 2 on the D and G, 1 on the B, and an open E, and again, we don't play the open E string for this chord. The last chord that we need is an F major chord, which is 3 on the D, 2 on the G, 1 on the B and E, and you can see I'm using my flat finger there to build that chord. We don't play the E and A strings for that. So for the introduction, we have C to A minor to F. Now let's go over how we strum that, and it's really frantic for the start of the song. In fact, most of the way through it's really frantic. So I'm kind of playing this. And for most of it, I'm playing it as par muted, which means taking this part of my hand, resting it just on this side of the strings, so we get a partially muted sound, and I'll be doing that on the C major chord. So I'll be using that rhythm all the way through, to be fair, and I'm stressing some of the chords as well. It's not fully par muted. So the first one, I'm letting that ring out and then immediately par muting. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 1, 4, and 7, they're the slightly more stressed, louder parts where I'm not par muting as much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do that for each chord, but F will get twice as long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do that one more time without me counting over the top. Now you may have noticed that my hands, when I was playing for the C, I was doing that every time we had the louder part, where I'm hammering on my middle finger. I do the same for the A minor with both of these fingers. And then the F, I can do the same as well. And that just adds a little bit of texture, a little bit of flavour into your playing, which I highly recommend you try and include as well. You can do it without, it'll still sound nice, but yeah, with those, it just sounds way nicer. Now the great news is, when the vocal line comes in, after you've played through that introduction once, it's the same chords for the first verse. In fact, we play the same chords 2 times for that first verse. We then get to a pre-chorus, same thing. C, A minor, F, 2 times in a row. But then we get to the chorus, and that's where things do change quite a bit. First of all, the first time round the chorus, we sustain some chords. All I mean by sustain is playing it once and letting the chord ring out like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to sustain a C chord for 8 beats. We then go to a new chord of D minor, and you're going to sustain that for 8 counts, which is an open D string, 2 on the G, you got a 3 on the B, and a 1 on the high E string. Now, I use my little finger for fret 3 on the B string. Most people who play the D minor chord use their ring finger. You get the same sound. Pick whichever one you think sounds best, or feels best, should I say. I like using my little finger. So you've played C and held it for 8 beats. You'll have done the same for D minor. We then go to an A minor. You'll sustain that for 8 counts, followed by the F chord for 8 counts. So C to D minor, A minor to F. Let me demonstrate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that's the first time around the chorus. On the second time, which is the final time round, you're going to start strumming again. But because it's the chorus, it's really lively, you're going to have full-on strumming. Don't go back to what you did in the verse, which is the palm muting part. Have full-on strumming. And I recommend playing down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up for all of the chords. After that chorus, we start to get a little bit of repetition. Looking over to the notes, we have a second verse, which is exactly the same as the first verse. C, A minor, F, 2 times in a row. We then get a pre-chorus, which is just the same thing, as well as another chorus, which is the same thing yet again. However, we then get to a bridge section, which is different. And it's worth mentioning that if you'd like the chord chart for this, which has all the chords with the full structure of the song, as well as a separate sheet, if I can get my words out, a separate sheet with the chords and the lyrics matched up. So let's say you're singing along or playing along and you need to know which lyric goes with which chord, then I've got you covered over on Patreon. For the price of a coffee, you can get everything wrought out professionally by myself, and you get access to not only this song, but well over 470 songs at this point, all for that price of a coffee. So links are in the description for that, so feel free to check it out. But we then get to a bridge section, which is quite long. The bridge starts off with 2 lots of F, going to C and G. It almost repeats. F to C, but then we have a very quick change from A minor to G, F major to E minor, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the F chord, if you want to use the normal version, you can. When I first played it through, actually, I played the bar chord. It's the same rough sound, same roughly as each other, just different voicings. So yeah, you go with whichever one you find most comfortable. However, it then continues and it's slightly different yet again. So yeah, that link to the Patreon stuff might be worth it. But yeah, the next part of the bridge is F, C, G, A minor, F, C, and 2 lots of G. So yeah, really, really busy part of the song, the bridges, especially with that part way through. However, the good news is we are almost at the end of the song. The last part of the song, which I'm labelling as the outro, has C major, A minor, and F major. And if you play those twice and end it with the C major chord, you've got yourself to the end of the song. So there we go, a really lively song. Don't mind this song, actually, it's pretty cool. But yeah, very, very frantic, lots of chords going on. So yeah, links are in the description for the extra content where you can get it all wrought out professionally. I'd also like to say thanks to the people on the screen who are my active patrons. The moment this video goes live, they'll get access to that content straight away. So thank you to them for their support. Thanks to you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.